Good evening. We'll wait a little bit for some roll call action. We just finished up with our members only pre-flight session. You got to be a part of that. If you're not a member, become a member. In fact, it's cheaper than a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee costs more than $1.99, and that's all the membership is. So consider joining the membership. They got some scoops about a merch blowout sale. I'm going to cover that in a few minutes. We'll give everybody some time to come on. It's been a busy week, actually just a busy couple of days since Wednesday. We're on, not in the studio. You see we're back in the studio. But good to see y'all. Welcome, Semper Fi. Happy birthday to the Marines, and happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Had an awesome experience at a Marine Corps ball. The joint ball. We talked after that one. Didn't we talk after that one? When was the ball? No. I was on after the ball? Yeah, because the ball was Saturday, and we were on Sunday. So I did talk about the ball a little bit, but I'm going to talk about some more, and we're going to another ball here very, very soon. I need one of y'all to pull this up.
I'm going to let you figure it out. The best way to learn is to do it.
I can, but just not while we're talking. CC number 5. Oh, I can't. I don't know how y'all make it bigger and stuff. If I could shrink it down, I would. Maybe I should watch how she does it. Either way, here we are. SFMF Live Wednesday night. We pre-flighted for a little bit with the members. It was awesome. Wow, there's everybody. All right. I can scroll up and down.
Yes.
Hot Rod is here. Whoa, look at everybody's here. Okay, Randall, Doc, everyone's back. Jake, Hot Rod, hello. What up, Hot Rod? Awesome, Doc Holiday, Randall Knapp. 100 proof. All right, how'd you get my arms on there? 250 never looked so good. OG is here. What's up, brother? Love the memes. Keep them coming. Hot Rod is here. Welcome, chat. JTB, Recruit Brainerd, reporting as ordered. What's up, brother? Hot Rod, go. CC number 5. She got me, Doc. She took care of me. All right. How do I get this off of here? I'm a mess. I need my adjutant. That's a first sergeant and sergeant major success is a good adj and a clerk. As a first sergeant, you have a admin recruit. In the infantry, very rarely is it an O1. O1 is admin. I would always pick a good infantryman to be my admin, my personal admin. Then we had an H&S company, and that's where the O1s get sent to, usually a staff NCO, an officer, sometimes a warrant officer in an infantry battalion. But the companies very rarely got an actual O1. And I preferred it that way. Even when they offered me one, nothing against the O1s, but I wanted an infantryman that I could, when I didn't need them, I can push them out on patrols, right? So I didn't need to retrain that O1, and all the O1 could do was O1 stuff. So I would get and I'd rotate it. I had a great one for a while, Rocha, until he got a couple silver bullets, we'll put it that way. In 2.5, we hiking all those hills of San Mateo. Man, he went, I can't say what the word is on here, but you know what I'm talking about. He went up. He did the dying cockroach a few times. A few times. When I say a few times, yes, I didn't need to see the doc give him a silver bullet so many times. The adjutant. I'm telling you, the adjutant is a man in an infantry battalion. Crucial. All right, JP's here. Mark Hankins, 5x5, appreciate that. The real Av Geek, did you serve? Yes, every day. Still serving, but yes, welcome, the real Av Geek. Hang out for a little while. Check out the channel. Let us know what you think. I came across a lot of people over this last week traveling. I'm going to talk about some of them here and just exactly what this channel is all about. It's so fun explaining to people what's your channel about, because they hear the veteran and they think it's going to be some Tim Kennedy BS back and forth and the drama of the special forces. It ain't none of that. All right. You look like my old drill sergeant. It can't be because I was a drill instructor. Drill sergeants are in the Army. Epica Nick videos. Soldier, hit that thumbs up, y'all. You heard the producer. Please hit it up. Hot Rod, the funky chicken. I know you're out there on the dance floor doing the funky chicken. Lay Cookie says, the producer is all the admin wrapped up in one. Amen. I'm telling you. Sean Strickland, in 15 years. You've been in the Corps 15 years. Happy birthday and happy Veterans Day. For that E1 pace. He's lucky she gets that. What division and branch? Marines, the real AV geek. Where are you from? And is that an airplane on your profile? Randall Knapp. Hi from Ellie and Randy. Her first name. Oh, her name first. Absolutely. 100%. Hi, Ellie. Good to see you. Eric Green. Good afternoon, SFMF family. David Bryan. What's up, David Bryan? Hello, Sergeant Major, producer, members, and guests. Sergeant Major, did you get my email on the Ton Tavern? I'm ticked. I didn't. I'm telling you, we've been traveling. I came in late last night. Yeah, is that recent? I got your cake. David Bryan sent me a picture of a Marine cake, the best cake I've ever seen in my life, lined with crayons. Happy birthday, Marines. It was awesome. Eric Green, Epic Nick videos. You were at Fort Sill, though. I've seen you. No, I've never been to Fort Sill. Try to stay away from the Army as much as I possibly can. Just kidding. Army dogs, But I was not at Fort Sill. I don't even know where that is. What state is that? Oklahoma. Fort Sill, Oklahoma. That's one of your boot camps? You got many boot camps, I think. Or a couple anyway. From Hot Rod. Happy birthday to all Jarreens. He is great. Graduated today from ITB. Oh, good. Nice. ITB Infantry Training Battalion for those that don't know. Army ain't ready for Marines yet. Army 12 years. What's up, age 0431? I'm in Oklahoma, close to Fort Sill. Just thanks, the real Av Geek. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for your support. And hang out. Again, it's a lot of fun. This channel is a lot of fun. Today, we're going to be talking a lot about the Marine Corps birthday because Marines are fanatical about that. And all the people I've met over the last couple of days, flying for one, and on the Marine Corps birthday at a ball, and then flying on the 10th, and then the Veterans Day parade on the 11th yesterday. All right. Simply Built. Aloha from Kailua. All right. What's the weather like in Kailua, Hawaii? Dave Bryant. Ton Tavern had its grand opening 10 November. Okay, so is that the same one that they've been working on? Because I did see something. I watched a short on that, and it's not. It was a big signboard, and they showed the plaque where Iwo Jima was, where the monument was, where Ton Tavern was, but the actual tavern, they showed the parking lot and a big sign. So is that the same one? I didn't. I'm going to have to check my email right after this. Still is home of the artillery. Artillery, check. We need artillery. Eric Green. He's on the way to MSG school, leaving tonight at 1 a.m. MSG, congratulations. I never did it, but I haven't heard any bad stories about it. So good on him. That's awesome. Arty School is in Fort Sill, okay. For Marines too? That's where Marines go, Fort Sill? Nice. 2131, Chong. Nobody's here. What's up, nobody? We're going to talk about nobody here in a minute. Happy birthday and Veterans Day. I served 27 years Army. Hua, Sarn T. What's happening? Semper Fi and Hua. Thanks for being here, brother. Robert Cook, thank you for your service. Thank you for your support, Robert Cook. If you serve, thank you for your service. Mark Hankins, Eric does son have clearance already? Quantico. I think they get it in MSG school, don't they? I'm guessing. I don't know. David Bryant, man, I'd be mad if they did. If they had a grand opening on the 10th and we didn't go, I'm not going to do anything about it. But I'm telling you that the news feed I saw was that they were like they broke ground. Maybe I don't know. Avgeet got to leave. No worries. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your support. Nobody. Everybody see that on there? Met him in the airport. He recognized me and said something like I ask you all the time. If you ever see me, please say something. We got a photo. Once we do StreamYard again, I'm going to post some. The producer's going to post some photos up from Cuba. Been studying for the ASVAB, trying to be a United States Marine. I got a chance to meet him and his wife. Gave him some stickers I still had on me from traveling, just in case an opportunity like that pulls up. So nobody, get after it. We're all here behind you. We support you. Anything we can do to help. We want you to succeed and become a United States Marine. Good on you. You've been trying for a little while, right? If I remember the story, you've been in the States for a while, a few years. So we hope it happens. So Major, what does the Marine Corps ball mean to you personally? And if you had to choose one motto that best represents the spirit of the Corps, what would it be? Doc, I'm gonna hit that. That is a great question, and thanks for asking. Thank you, nobody. JTB, hope to see you in Hawaii. Remember? Mark Hankins, Eric, does son have duty preference? All right. Casey Haskins, wow, thank you very much. I'm late, sir. Happy belated Veterans Day. You've heard from me before. It's no longer beach season for me in New Jersey, which means I can work on my education, so can enlist. Get after it, Casey. Perfect opportunity, perfect time. I was just talking to nobody that we met in the airport in Texas. He's studying right now as well, so get after it. I was telling him, I told everybody else, I took the ASVAB in high school because I wanted to get out of class. Did okay on it. I did well. A lot of MOSs were open for me. But right before I was getting ready to ship out, somebody said, hey, why don't you study and retake it? You'll improve your score. And I did. Kept the same MOS. I enlisted initially as a 0311. But I did study for 2 weeks with the ASVAB for Dummies book from the library. That was it. That was the only study material I used 2 weeks straight. I hit it hard, but only for 2 weeks, and my score increased quite a bit. So get after it. This is you. How bad do you want it? True Blue, 3rd MLG. Did some time in 3rd MLG. Eric Green, not sure he wants to go to MARSOC. Tell him try out, Eric Green. Tell him try out for MARSOC. You never know. Randy Brooks, Semper Fi, Devil Dog, era. From the producer, Casey, awesome. Thank you for your support, and we're excited to hear about your journey. That's what this channel is all about. I'm telling you, I explained this channel over the last week, well, since Wednesday to now, traveling, being in a couple different states, and at a birthday ball celebration and a Veterans Day parade. And it's just pure motivation, just talking about the channel and what we do. And I met met a TSA agent. My bag got flagged. We left a full water bottle in a cooler. Dumb mistake. We just weren't thinking. And I had some coins in my backpack. So those two things got flagged going through TSA. Challenge coins. And it was real busy in the airport. That's where traveling wasn't so easy with the shutdown. And hopefully it gets back to normal pretty soon. Anyway, so my bag got flagged, and it never does. I very rarely ever get it flagged. But it did this time. One was a cooler with the water, and the guy grabbed it. The TSA agent that grabbed it, I noticed in his TSA uniform, he had an Eagle Globe and Anchor, a gold Eagle Globe and Anchor. It wasn't like the uniform one. It was a little different, but clearly an Eagle Globe and Anchor. So he checked it. He said, yeah, I think you got flagged. He checked it, and he said, water bottle. I said, you keep it. Our bad. We totally forgot. And then he said, is that your bag? I said, yes, it is. And he pulled the bag over. I said, you a Marine? He said, yes. I said, Semper Fi, brother. Happy birthday. This was on the 10th. And he perked up. He was a young kid, probably did 4 years, and got out. He kind of perked up a little bit, shook his hand. Happy birthday, Semper Fi. We did the era back and forth. And then he pulled my backpack, and he looked on the computer. He said, yep. He reached right in the pocket where my challenge coins were, and I had about 4 or 5 of them. He pulled out, one of them was from the ball. I'm going to show you here in a little bit. Well, I'll show you in a little bit. And my personal coins. And he pulled them out. I was like, man, I kind of figured I don't usually carry this many, and he went to put them back in. I said, go ahead and keep one, bro, for you. Happy birthday. He said, oh, I really wish I could, but I can't. We can't take anything from anyone's bags. Good rule, right? I like that. I was like, man, he said, but you can give it to my boss and he can give it to me. It's like, it's kind of not the same. You know, a challenge coin, you give someone a challenge coin, you get a handshake type. But he said, I can go get him. Or he pointed to him. I said, well, can you go get him? He left his post without being properly relieved. Just kidding. He went and got his manager. We met right outside the TSA area and I introduced myself to the manager, and he was going to take the coin from me. I said, you know what, bro, would you mind? You're here, you can witness it. I just want to give him to him like Marines do, or kind of a handshake type of thing. He said, yeah, no, absolutely, do your thing. So it was cool. TSA agent. I'm telling you. Oh, and then while we were talking, he said, I knew you looked familiar. I knew you looked familiar from somewhere. And now I know to ask that. He was too young, but I don't think we served together anywhere. So I knew it couldn't have been, we're in the same unit at the same time or boot camp or anything. But that's what it was from the channel. Doc Holiday. I see a big red box up here. Let me see if I can go back to it. Sergeant Major, happy Veterans Day. Much respect. You and the entire SFMF crew from CC 1 through 5, keep the standards high and spirit alive. Strength, honor, and grit. That's the motto. Keep leading from the front and kicking ASS. Thank you, Doc, brother. Appreciate you so very much. Continued support. Love it. God bless you, brother. All right. And Casey Haskins. I got this bubble up here, this report block thing. If I block you, I didn't do it on purpose. Check it out, sir. I recently allowed Jesus into my life. Amen. And I'll be praying for you, your family, and every service member. God bless and URAH. Thank you, Casey Haskins. We'll be praying for you as well. God bless you. We might not be on this Sunday because we're going to be flying, but God bless. Amen. And so awesome and proud and everything that you let. I allowed Jesus in my life about 5 or 6 years ago now. Never too late, but I wish it had been a long time ago. Thanks for being here. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you. David Bryant, True Blue, Corpsman up. Man, we can't do what we do without Corpsman. I watched Flags of Our Father on the plane ride over here. I told you I always watch a Marine movie on the 10th, and we were flying almost all day. Luckily, the plane had Flags of Our Fathers. All right. It's too much. Happy Veterans Day. WW2717. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Happy Veterans Day. Sergeant Major from the Army National Guard, CW5. It's not Army National Guard. I'm messing that up again. But it's our unicorn, everyone, a CW5. You don't see many of them ever. Army or Marines. Thanks for being here, brother. Michael Epperling. Amen. Ralph Perry. URAH. We're all hypocrites. Why is the sky blue? Because God loves the infantry. 09 to 2013. Thank you, brother. Happy belated Veterans Day. Bob, 420 Network. Happy birthday, Marines. Happy birthday to you, Bob. Happy belated birthday, Sergeant Major Senpai Cannon, 0311 USMC URAH. Thank you, Doc, from the producer. Army National Guard. What did I say? Did I say that? Army National Guard? ANG? This thing is kicking my butt right here. All right. God bless you all. Welcome. It is Wednesday, Semper Fi, my friends. Birthday ball celebration. I talked about that a little bit because that was on Friday, and then we were on Sunday, so I did get a chance to talk about that one, how great it was. It was a joint birthday balls. I'm going to show you the coin. Everybody loves swag. And there's always a gift. There better be a gift on your table for each participant. You're paying a lot of money to go to that ball. It's for the meals and for the dance floor, and it costs a lot to put on a ball. So that's why ticket prices are so high. but there should always be some form of swag that you go home with. Here's one. This they had at the door as soon as you came in. Remember, this was a joint ball, Navy Marine Corps, 250th for both branches. Nobody. God bless you, brother. Thank you very much. Again, so great to meet you. We want to go on this journey with you until you step on them yellow footprints and you're on your way to becoming a United States Marine. The other piece of swag from the ball we just went to is a challenge coin. And that's always a good, safe gift at a ball. A lot of times it's a shot glass, it's a mug, it's some kind of decanter. Told you my favorite was a K-bar about this big, letter opener. K-bar, very sharp and very dangerous. Dangerous to give an infantry battalion on the birthday. But they did. And on the box, they came in the boxes. They were on everyone's seat. It said, do not open until after the ball. Yeah, right. Marines don't always follow rules. But a coin is a good, safe one. I'm a coin guy.
Wasn't at all the tables, though. It was like the certain tables.
Oh, was it?
K-bar?
Yeah. Yeah, the K-bar. She said it wasn't for the entire battalion.
I think it was the row tables and the...
Yeah. Anyhow, here's the one from, let me know if you can see it.
You should imagine everyone getting a K-bar.
Joint Services Ball. This was the gift. Again, is that a good shot? Am I holding it right? Can you see it, producer?
That's better. It's still taking a minute.
And then here's the backside, because remember it was a joint service ball, so Navy and Marine. Very cool coin. I like round coins are typical and great, and you should have those as well to keep the tradition alive of a round coin, usually 1.5 inches to 3 inches, a big 3 inches. Sometimes they're a little too big. But then different shapes. I like different shaped ones. And I like this. It's joint. It has 250 on there. So there should, I'm sure there's tons of 250 of the ball. All right, the Marine Corps ball is so expensive because every Marine tries to outshine their dress blues, plus someone's got to pay for all the lost covers, broken heels, and that one guy who salutes the cake. They are expensive. They do cost a lot of money. I think I told y'all about one. I was at the air station. All I wanted to do was make it free for E5 and below. A lot of fundraisers and staff and NCOs and officers came out of pocket a little bit, but that's how it should be if you can. If you can make it free for at least E3 and below, and they can make it very cheap for the NCOs, and so the price should increase the higher your rank is and the more money you get. Just my thoughts. All right, WW2717, Sergeant Major, were you in your dress blue swag? So here's a first for me. I didn't wear blue dress. I didn't wear my evening dress. Motivated by Gunny Rod. Where you at? Where's Hot Rod? He showed me a picture of a ball that he went to, and he wore his suit with his mini medals, which again is authorized, and many people have done it.
Not mini.
Mini, not your regular full-size medals. They're mini medals that you wear in the evening dress. So I wore a suit with, of course, a Marine Corps tie, and I had my neck tab was a Sergeant Major chevron, and I wore my mini medals. It was cool. I liked it. Again, next time we go StreamYard, we're going to post some pictures of that ball and the one we're getting ready to go to, and even one later on the end of the month, we're going to another one. Well, I'll talk about that one later. All right. Luther Marshall said, I was told about this German UN peacekeeper that has some of his challenge coins sewn into his arm. Wow. Is that what do they call those, urban legend? That's pretty crazy. Bob, 420 Network, keeping it real. It's only money. Don't be a cheap Marine. There's Hot Rod, present. I'm telling you, you inspired me to wear a suit with my mini medals. That was fun. That was interesting. JTP, we got to go for The Price is Right, the Newlywed Game show as a fundraiser. And fundraisers, I'm telling you, you got to do what you can to keep the price down. Jeremy Linderman, howdy, sir. Linderman, Det 1. Just lost my father today, 11:30 PST, U.S. Navy vet, 58 to 62. God rest his soul. Hope he's resting in power. Prayers for you and your family, brother. Not easy, I know. But God bless him, you and your entire family, and we'll keep you in our prayers. He's resting in power. He's protecting us from above. Sorry for your loss. Thank you, JTP. Sam Rosenthal, happy 250th birthday and the iconic cake cutting ceremony. All right, looking sharp. Did I send you a picture? If I didn't, I will. At 100, WW2717, I have 100 challenge coins made up, and they're all gone now. So I made my own one after I retired, my own personal coin. As a sergeant major, the unit usually provides them. You hand them out. I changed are they're presented for excellence. I had one just for combat, and I put that on there, presented for combat excellence. So I had one in combat, and I had one in garrison. Dave Bryant says, Randall, the first time I was the youngest Marine, I was thrown into the birthday cake at the end of the evening. Doc, thank you, bro. Prayers up. What? Big blue box. Orthodox Christian Andrew. Thank you very much. I felt a hand on my shoulder while eating at Baton's mess deck, and I looked over my shoulder. I saw the face of Sergeant Major Barrett. Wow, that is awesome. Sergeant Major Barrett and I go way back. He came out when he was Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. He came out when I was with 3-3, went on a patrol with us. Went on a foot patrol with us, went on a vehicle patrol with us. He was awesome. One of the best sergeants major of the Marine Corps, in my opinion. Absolutely loved it. Loved while he was there. And he signed my retirement papers. So it was 3-3. Awesome. That's pretty fortunate of you. Baton's mess deck. He was good. Oh, that's right. I did send one to you. Yes, sir. All three of you look sharp. I'm trying to be just like you, Hot Rod. I don't know if I can. I'm trying to. John McAllister, oh snap, a fellow Japan service member. I was in Okinawa from 14 to 16 fixing jets for the U.S. Air Force. Stay safe. Who was talking about Okinawa? I may have seen that on there. Straight from Okinawa. Best coffee in the world. WW2717, so do you have a workout plan to share? I do. I absolutely do. And we don't talk about fitness a whole lot on here. We do. We talk about fitness. We talk about leadership. And I want to talk about fitness more. And we keep thinking, well, maybe we'll add a section onto our channel, fitness. You go there, you can see all fitness videos. Because I do. But here's what I recommend. Here's what I do. I'm older now. I have some disability. I have some pains and stuff. So now it's maintenance. I do my same workout, just less weight. But it's a 5-day routine. You're all going to say, if you heard it before, you're going to hear it again. A 5-day routine. No days off. Not Monday through Friday, 5 days. Because like the 10th, I missed a workout on the 10th because I was traveling. So say my rest day happened to fall on the 9th. So I would have rested on the 9th, and then the 10th, I couldn't work out, so that would have been 2 days off. So a 5-day routine. Here's how it works. And I'll quickly go over the body parts, but day one, not Monday, day one is back and bis. That's what I did today, back and bis. Day 2 is chest and tris. Day 3 is shoulders and traps. Day 4 is legs, and day 5 is cardio, bike, elliptical, running, whatever. 5 days. So let's pretend like I restarted mine today. Let's say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Monday will be day 1 again. Include the weekends. Don't plan for a day off because they happen. They happen whether you like it or not. Days off happen, so don't plan for it. And rest day, come on. I'm still looking for that muscle called rest day. I just saw another big red box pop up. Brandon Watts, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir, for the sacrifices you and all your brothers and sisters have made for the last 250 years. Here's to 250 more. Hurrah. Semper Fi, Brandon. If you serve, thank you for your service. If you're a Marine, happy birthday, and appreciate your support. If you're a supporter, hurrah. We can't do without you, too. I'm going to here very shortly talk about the San Diego Veterans Day Parade we went to yesterday. It was amazing. The support was amazing. All right. From the producer, Doc, if anyone asks me, biggest no-no is to leave the kids at home, period. No buts, no ifs. No, what was the question?
He
Olin Jr., Sergeant Major, I stand corrected. Keep up the CrossFit. You're leaning out. Thank you, brother. You mentioned it on Wednesday. That was you? I'm trying to. I am. I'm doing the CrossFit, a little of both, as much as my body can handle, because I'm doing a CrossFit challenge with Kimi Coco Puffs. Where is she?
Called High Rocks.
Called High Rocks in December. And I had to cut a little weight. I had to trim down. I don't like being this small. Maybe I do. It's comfortable, but I usually sit around 240. If anybody's wondering, 240, 6 foot. But I'm not that right now.
Doc said, what's the biggest no-no at the Marine Corps ball?
Oh,
Every year there's one Marine who tests the limit, so what's the one thing that should never
great question. What's the number one no-no at a Marine Corps ball? And I saw the producers. What did you say?
Don't bring your kids.
Don't bring your kids. Don't bring your kids. That you won't hear that as a big no-no from the younger Marines because they don't have kids. But it is. It's a distraction. We love kids. I want all my kids at a birthday ball celebration when they're older and they can sit at the table and mind their manners and enjoy the ball, the ceremony, the dancing, the drinking, whatever you plan on doing. Little kids don't. They don't know, and they're going to be little kids. I don't mind a crying kid in a restaurant or even on an airplane because that you have no choice. But for the Marine Corps birthday ball, you have the choice. Most, I think I told y'all, one ball, my kids served as babysitters in the hotel. We rented one extra room. And for those Marines, those families that couldn't get babysitters, bring your kid to the ball and we will watch them for free. That was part of your ticket. And they tipped and the girls made some money, but it was to keep the kids out of the ball. There's always one family, always one mom that's holding a baby and that's crying and they got to walk around. And it's a distraction. It's not a place for an infant. I don't say how old and below, 10 and below. I don't know. If they can't sit at the table and mind their manners, they really shouldn't be there. Clearly nothing against kids because we have kids. And I want them to experience, and you should want them to experience it, but later.
They're starting to do family ones too, like Pendleton did a family one.
They do family, specifically. MCCS puts on a family Marine Corps birthday ball celebration. But they're going to have stuff for the kids. They're going to have crayons. They're going to make it a family event. But your typical military ball, Marine Corps ball, does not. All right.
Okay, but what about the Marines? What's the no-no for the Marines?
Big no-no for the Marines is, I'll tell you right now, especially as a first sergeant or sergeant major, don't pre-flight too much. Pre-flighting, if you know, you know. If you don't, it's you have a couple of drinks before you go. One, especially if it's a pay bar. What are those called? Where you have to pay for your drinks. It's usually not cheap. So you pre-flight, have a couple of drinks before, have a shot for just, you do whatever you want. Pre-flight before the ball. Here's where they make a mistake. They're not seasoned yet, so they don't know how much to pre-flight. In the Marines, so they're trying to outdo each other. They're doing keg stands and all kinds of crazy stuff. Don't pre-flight too hard. It would be my number one advice, the biggest no-no, because the ceremony takes about 45 minutes. And what happens after you drink a lot of beer? Once you unplug the cork, once you take that first leak, you're going to have to continue to go to the bathroom. Now you're sitting through the guest of honor speech, and you got to go to make a head call, but you can't get up, especially if you're in one of the back end tables in the dark, right? You're that unit that gets jammed in the back. Maybe you can sneak out, go to the bathroom, come right back. But if you're in the middle, you're with date, whatever, don't pre-flight too much and make that head call right before the ceremony starts. You got to be able to hold it for 45 minutes. And then fighting. There's usually one fight. It's usually with the master guns and a lance corporal or a chief warrant officer 4 and a corporal. It's always something always happens. And it usually a scuffle, people break it up, and then we go right back to partying and telling each other I love you and happy birthday. All right. Funny though, good question. Big no-nos. All right, Brandon Watts. What do you guys even hand crayons at the ball? Wait, you guys even hand crayons? Of course we have crayons at the ball. 420, you don't drink. Even better. So even at the balls we go to, I didn't drink at this last one. And if I do, it'll be a social beer with whoever I'm sitting with. But that one I didn't. That was a different environment, different atmosphere. College kids. cadets. So, and the older ones were drinking. The bar was there. Was always a line at the bar. But no one got out of hand. It was good. Anthony Osborne, I'm joining this summer once I graduate. Take my ASVAB tomorrow. Is nobody still on here? We're talking about the ASVAB. I hope if you're taking it tomorrow, too late to study now, but hopefully you studied. Do you want a higher score, 80 and above, 90 if you can get up in there? You just want a bigger variety of MOSs to choose from. So hopefully you score well. Good luck to you. The mechanical, everyone says the mechanical one's the hardest. I don't remember the ASVAB. It's been a while. But good luck. And keep us posted. Osborne, let us take this journey with you. M. Lance, it was my birthday on November 10. Lucky you. I wish my birthday was November 10th. If I could change my birthday, I would. John McJunkin, Sergeant Major, I found a surefire way to keep younger children quiet and in control, but it involves heavy sedatives and lots of booze. What? It's how my parents raised me. I think I probably knew that.
Okay, wait, who's taking the booze? Him or
Yeah. Who's taking the booze? You or the kids? Or when you were a kid, that's what you were drinking, heavy sedatives and a lot of booze. Five Finger Gorilla. What? That's from our veteran lake cook. Are you asking about the flag? And on this wall, they can't see this one, right? That's the Semper Fi, my friend logo and the American flag behind me. Yes, from ANC Metal Works. That's Mike Lake Cook, United States Marine, and veteran-owned business. So please support. If you go onto that website, ancmetalworks.com, mention SFMF, 10% off, baby, 10% off. Oh yeah, don't even forget, we have a blowout sale with our t-shirts. Blowout sale for 1 week. 1 week blowout sale. I'll get to it in a minute. Now let me tell you now, so you can order, because it's until we're out of stock. The t-shirts cost $17.75. Right now, for 1 week straight, free shipping. Shipping. In the code, put USMC 250. USMC 250 is your discount your discount code. Free shipping right now, all t-shirts. If a configuration isn't on there of letters and you would like a different color, ask for it. If we have it, you'll get it. You'll get the color. The t-shirts, the colors of the t-shirts is what we have though. But you can change the color of the font. So right now, blowout sale, $17.75, free shipping for everybody. Get hot. All right. Never seen a kid at a Marine Corps ball. There's a lot of drinking, etc. So Randy, I'm telling you, we have, and we went to a small ball a few years ago in Hawaii, and this kid was a mess running around. Remember that one, that real small ball? I don't want to say the name. I don't want to embarrass anybody, but it was yeah. He cried through the whole ceremony. The mom was chasing the kids around and yelling at them. And during the commandant's message, while they played the commandant's message, yeah, it was terrible. Plan. You know when the ball is around that date. Figure it out. Get together. Get together with other parents and or other units and get involved. Osmore says, I'm joining the reserves, though, so I can continue college. That's a good reason to join the reserves. Any tips before I go to boot? What should I do? Anything before? Yes, Anthony Osborne, stay on this channel until you go. But here's the two things I tell everybody: physically fit and mentally tough. Physically fit, a lot of cardio. You need to do a lot of cardio. The PFT, do the PFT once a week. Train for the PFT and then conduct it. Planks, 3-mile run, and as many pull-ups as you can do. The plank max is 3 minutes and 45 seconds, not that hard. The run is 3 miles. 18 minutes is a perfect score, so it goes by your age, but you want to be in the 20, 30, 20, 21 minutes. 18 to 21 minutes is good. Real good. 20-30 is a 285 first class. So 20-30 if you can get that. Anywhere, but definitely below 22 minutes. And then pull-ups. Now a perfect score is 23. It used to be 20. So dead hang pull-ups. That means your arms locked all the way out. One chin over the bar, arms locked all the way out, that's one. Don't go, those half ones aren't going to count. So a dead hang and then pull up. So work those three things more than anything, but a lot of cardio. And that's the physically fit. The mentally tough is you can't prepare to be yelled at by 4 Marines with smokies on. You can't. You can have your friends yell at you. You can have people yell at you. But until you're a recruit and you're getting it from them, it's different. But you can kind of get in the right mindset as all they're trying to do is make me a Marine. So it's for a purpose. It doesn't seem like it. You're never going to move fast enough. You're never going to sound off loud enough. You're never going to get everything right. Hot Rods got the best advice in the world. Move fast, sound off loud. That's it. You do those 2 things, the negative attention will be off you. You're going to make mistakes, but move as fast as you can and sound off as loud as you can the entire time, right? Make them tell you not so loud, which I don't know if a drill instructor has ever said that, but be that loud.
Move fast, be loud.
Move fast, be loud. Move fast, be loud. Move fast, be loud 100% of the time. All right, get after it. Good luck to you. All right. Liam, drink beer. Adam East, enlisted with a degree in political science, TTU. Awesome. M. Lance, have you been? I'm working this. Have you been on the app Devil Dog Depot? I have not. Have any of you checked it out? Devil Dog Depot? I think I have heard about it, but like boot camp prep stuff. Here's the other thing to prep for boot camp. Learn as much as you can about the Marine Corps prior to going. Chain of command, rank insignia, officer and enlisted, general orders, as much Marine Corps history as you possibly can. Chesty Puller, Dan Daly, Smedley Butler, John Basilone, Medal of Honor recipients, dates, right? It's hard to remember them, but 250 years of fighting and winning, remember the big ones: World War I, World War II, Iwo Jima, Guadalcanal, Chosen, right? Iraq, Afghanistan, Beirut, Lebanon, the big ones, because you're going to learn all about them, and then you're going to be tested on them. So get as much Marine Corps knowledge as you possibly can. Told you USMC Cece, I don't know where she is, but she wrote the general orders and the code of conduct on a poster board, but then glued that to the roof of her, right above her bed. So she read those every single night before she hit the rack. And lingo, military lingo, you can Google all that stuff: rack, bulkhead, porthole, all the naval terminology. Know as much as you can prior to going. That's just less they're going to thrash you for. You get recognized, drill, learn drill. We did a couple shorts on basic drill movements, facing movements, about face, parade rest, position of attention. The more you know before you go, much better off you'll be. All right. Are you a patriot? Donnie S. We're military, we're patriots, we're everything on this channel. Hang out for a little while, Donnie S. Like and subscribe if you haven't. We have a blowout sale on our merch right now. Stickers, everything else still available. You order a shirt in that bulk order, shipping is free. Shipping is free, $17.75 for the shirts. Pick your color, pick your font color. All right. Hot Rod, stay frosty. Get you some crayons. Cheers, Guns. Appreciate your support, brother. I'm going to try to be just like you one day. Eric Green, always ask questions. You talking about boot camp? Bob says, I bet no drill instructor has ever told a recruit not so loud. Or as soon as I said that, Bob, never. A drill instructor won't tell you, unless if you're in a class, or maybe he's doing something shady and he's thrashing you, but not just in general. Enemy says, learn how to listen to commands and be fast. Use your head. I'm telling you, the best recruits are not the guidance squad leaders. They're awesome recruits also, but the ones who, what is it? Move fast, be loud. Move fast and be loud. You're not going to get everything right. Move fast and be loud. You're already open to learning, right? Because you figure those 2 things out right away. Move fast and be loud. Everything else we're going to teach you. The drill instructors will teach you. All right. Skyscraper, do you ever stop streaming, dude? Thanks for being here. Right, Doc? Come on, skyscraper. Go somewhere else. You're not mad at us. You're mad at yourself. Donnie, yes. I would never die for my country, but I am Dutch. Don't have that patriot feeling. We have it here. I don't want to die for my country, but that's what we signed up to do. And that's the patriotic motivation we have. Couple sayings on that, couple meanings on that. We ain't going there. All right. Smart Life Ideas, good man. Randall Knapp, the Delayed Entry Program, aka the DEP, will give you the best opportunity to prepare for a Marine boot camp, especially a year of it. I did it a year before I graduated high school. Excellent prep. 100% agree, Randy. Everyone getting ready, thinking about joining, do that right there. Go to as many Poolee meetings as you possibly can. Even if before you're even depped in, before you're even a Poolee, see if you can go and hang out with the recruiters and hang out with the Poolees. They're going to teach you. They're going to PT you. They're going to teach you drill, Marine lingo, everything you need to know, except that mental toughness. They're going to be hard on you. They're recruiters or Marines. They're awesome. The mentally tough part, you got to kind of figure out on your own. Doc Holliday, you're not at me. You're mad at your dad. What movie? What movie? I'll give the producer a minute. One of my favorite movies of all time. Where'd he go? Did he put it up, Doc? What movie? Or producer, did you put what movie? One of the best movies ever. I'm still waiting. Oh, well, it is one of the best movies ever. Remember, he's with this kid, Big Daddy.
It's Steve Buscemi.
He's with this kid.
Is Steve Buscemi says?
No, it's Adam Sandler. It's Big Daddy. He's sitting talking to the kid about something. I don't even remember what they were talking about, but what do you want your name to be or something? What do you want to do today? You do what you want to do. And then what are those guys called? Goth kid walks by, a dude, long black hair, jewelry all in his face and black leather. He's like, hey, pal, who won the game last night? He's like, who cares? And so I was like, he said something, then he says, screw you. The goth kid says, screw you. He said, hey, you're not mad at me. You're mad at your dad. I am mad at my dad. That's how our trolls are. All right. Bye. Good night. Pelicar, where are you going? You need to hang out. John McJunkin, Sergeant Major, some questions are waiting your orders on your command. All right, here's what we're going to talk about right there. Jim Bocher, happy birthday, Marines. Hey, Sergeant Major, I'm an old Marine. When did this crayon eating stuff become a thing? I don't understand this. Marines are intelligent individuals. Joe, thank you for your service, brother. Happy birthday and happy Veterans Day. Thank you so much for being here. Here's what else do they have? What does any service or anybody in general, what can they say about Marines? They tried with the jokes, the Navy, and we go back and forth, and it's a good service rivalry, even inter-service rivalry the infantry has with the Pogues, admin, the air wingers, all that's great, but really, what could you pick on a Marine for? They don't have anything. Somebody came up with the crayon thing. This was after my time, too. And it's Marines being Marines, fanatical, so once, I'm guessing the Army probably started, just shut up and color. Right, that's the phrase. Shut up and color, like do what you're told. That's what Marines do. That's where our discipline comes from. So I think they tried it as a dig on Marines, and of course the Marine Corps embraced it. We embraced it. Love me some red crayons, taste like blood. But I think it's new, and it was something else that other branches services try to try to get a dig on us, but sorry, you can't. There's nothing you got to dig us on. We embrace it. Now we have, where's my CREs? I got a packet of CREs, crayons ready to eat. They're chocolate and they're delicious. But it is new. I'm telling you, all of a sudden it just appeared and we love it. Keep coming at you. It reminds me of that story. It's about the Marine. Remember the Marines on top of the hill yelling at the enemy, come on, you want some, come get some. And the enemy combatant commander sends up 2 of his soldiers to go get that Marine. Well, as soon as they start coming up the hill, the Marine goes behind the mountain. The 2 enemy soldiers go over the mountain to take care of the Marine. And they hear some rounds and fire and blood. And also the Marine stands back up on the hill. That's all you got? You better bring more than that. Enemy commander sends a squad. The first squad, get up there, take care of that Marine. Whole squad goes up there, over the hill. Stealth's flying, hear some rounds going off, some explosions. The Marine pops up back. That's it? That's all you got? The enemy combatant commander's angry now. He sends a whole platoon up there. 36 enemy soldiers up and over the hill, fighting all kinds of crazy stuff. The Marine, once again, top of the hill. That's it. This guy's angry, sends a whole battalion. As they start going up the hill, one of the sole survivors climbs over the hill and says, no, stop, don't. It's a trick. Don't send any more men up here. It's a trick. There's two of them. Two Marines taking care of business. So what do you got? What do you got on us? All right. Shutdown is over, Eric Green. People finally came to their senses. Amen. Government is now up and running. I listened to that this morning. Common sense prevailed. Doc Holliday says, the joke about Marines eating crayons started online. People joke that Marines are tough, but not the brightest, so crayons became the snack of choice. Now it's a proud inside joke embraced. That's what we do. With humor and pride. Amazing. There are a lot of potential new members here this evening. Amen. Randall Knapp. So, everyone, welcome. I think I've been rambling for about an hour now. Haven't even hit my topics yet, and that's the Veterans Day Parade I went to yesterday, Marine Corps Birthday Ball celebrations. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Met a lot of people. Nobody was here earlier. I don't know if he still is. He met him in the airport. He's trying desperately to be a Marine. He's taking an ASVAB, having trouble with it, from Cuba, United States citizen. URAH, we wish him our best. Randall Knapp, thank you, brother. 10 memberships gifted by Randall Knapp. So if you receive one of these, firefighting, Xavier, Angels Among Us, Mark Brockman, Kumar Sheik, Sloth Bill, Darren H., Creator Endowed, Mix the B, Marvelous, Krava, 9484, Randall Knapp, thank you very much. If any of you on right now, you just became a member, thanks to Randall Knapp. Randy, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. What we do for the members, if you don't know, you get the pre-flight. You get the anywhere between 30 and 15 minutes prior to general population. You get the good scoops on the T-shirts, our blowout sale. $17.75, free shipping right now, free shipping for 1 week. They get to hear the topics before, and we kind of just shoot the breeze before we go live. So very cool hanging out with the members. We're changing the star icon. We just haven't slapped the table on it. Are we going to use military symbols? Are we going to use chevrons? Right? You get promoted the longer you stay a member, or Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. We haven't decided yet, but thank you, Randall. And again, if you just received one, please give a shout out to Randall Knapp. Thank you, Randy. All right. Gravedigger 99. What's some advice you have or some opinions you have on the newer generation joining the Marines? That's a great question as well. Talking with some veterans over the last couple of days and watching videos, you've seen many memes come out. 250 years of kicking ass and taking names. 250 years. Have the Marines changed? Yeah, society changes, but has the Marine Corps changed? Nope. We were winning wars in 1775. We're winning wars today because the Marines are the same. And that's due to all of you who train Marines, from the recruiter to the drill instructor to the staff NCOs to the squad leaders to the NCOs, the backbone, the soul of our Corps will not change. Rules change. Again, society changes. Society's soft nowadays. Kids are soft nowadays. All that at the end of the day is BS because Marines will always be Marines. They were just as hard in 1775 as they are today. Equipment has changed. The battlefield has changed. Leadership changes all the time. But Marines are the same. We fight and win. And that's the bottom line. So what would I anything for the newest generation joining, once you go to boot camp or OCS, all that stuff, that society stuff that is trying to weaken our society, all the craziness that you're hearing on the news, all that stuff goes out the window because now you're going to be a United States Marine and you're going to do Marine things. Not a whole lot of influence on the outside anymore. So if you have what it takes, and the Marine Corps is not for everybody, some like that societal change, the softness of today's men, right? A more generalized, don't want to hurt your feelings. Again, all that goes out the window when you become a United States Marine and you realize, holy crap, yes, Marines are just as hard today as they were 250 years ago. So what would I change? I think I saw that on there. I wouldn't change anything, just pray. And I pray to God and Chesty Puller every day that we don't lower our standards. Some have been adjusted. I get it over the years. And don't get me started on uniform regulations, shave chits, beards, hair. Do we need to tighten it up? And we are, right? With the new Secretary of War, with the new administration, we're getting back to, he called it his 80s rule. In 1980, the Corps was hard. And we need to get back to that time. So do we go through, what's it called, dips and valleys or whatever? Does it go up and down? Yes, but it's all your particular leadership. So if you're in a unit that doesn't PT, right, you don't go to the field. I don't care what MOS you have. Every Marine is a rifleman. You should be going to the field. You should be going to the range, live fire ranges. You should be doing Marine stuff all the time. And if you're in an admin unit, POG unit that doesn't do that, that's wrong. You don't not go to the field because you're an O1. You're a Marine. You're a rifleman first. So you're not going to spend as much time in the field as infantry. I mean, just hands down, that's a fact. Grunts, we live in the field. You're in the field and in combat more than you are in garrison back home in your cozy little house. That's the mission. That's the MOS that you signed up for. That's what you asked for. But if it went, my first time being in the air wing, went from 2-5 to Marine Corps base, Marine Corps Air Station. First thing I want to do is have a squadron formation, go for a PT run. I couldn't even have a whole squadron formation because they're mechanics and they're pilots. So they have to have regulated by the FAA, regulated sleep. Not only that, not everyone had a TO weapon, your table of organization, your issued rifle, M16, A4, whatever it is, not everybody had one. So, and that all it took was for me to say, hey, I want every Marine in this unit, we had sailors too, to be issued a rifle. We're not going to use them as much as everyone else, and they're going to be temp loaned. But if tomorrow's PT is going to be rifle PT, every Marine and sailor in that organization should be able to go to the armory, check out a weapon. So it takes some leadership. You just got to make it happen. I would do a squadron run, but it'd have to be in 2 separate days. So I would go with what crew A that was working, and then crew B was sleeping. Then I would take them another day. So no excuse in the world that we can't be as hard today as we were in 1775 era. My 2 cents. My soapbox. Get after it. Great question though. 0311 era. John McJunkin, Dep Poolee Escalante asks, and I almost lost it. I've been listening to the Navy to be a greenside corpsman to provide care for Marines. Can I still be welcomed at Marine Corps balls and birthdays? 100%. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to corpsman school, which is pretty tough, by the way. I think they have, is it in Camp Pendleton? I think they have one in Camp Pendleton. Either way, you're going to be surrounded by Marines all the time. So, and you're going to do green time. What ends up happening to most corpsmen is once they go green, they don't want to go back to the blue side because that's the era in the Marine Corps. So, but you're going to have to do both. You have to do blue side. You probably have to, and I don't know Navy regulations, you're going to have to do time on ship, and you're going to be able to do green side time. So go with the infantry. Volunteer, go with the infantry so you get that field time. You get to take care of Marines, exactly what you want to be able to do. And yes, you'll be Marine regs is what it's called. So you'll height and weight standards, grooming standards, everything is exactly Marine Corps regs. Marine Corps uniform, you're wearing everything that Marines wear, except the dress uniform, camis and Charlies, service uniforms. Service uniforms you can wear. But yours will say U.S. Navy. You have your last name, U.S. Navy, and you on your cover, I think you wear the shield, right? The Corpsman shield. Other than that, you're a Marine. So you're going to the Marine Corps birthday ball and birthdays. You're going to mess nights. You're doing everything that Marines do. Get after it. Good on you. And congratulations. That's a great choice. If you're not going to be a Marine, you work with Marines, and that's how you do it. Corpsmen and chaplains. I'm not going to be able to go back down to that. Logan Stiles. Thank you, brother. Semper Fi. Hurrah. Don't wait until combat to battle complacency. Complacency kills. Can I say kills on here? Complacency kills. And here's where I've seen it more. It happens in combat. It does. And when I was with 2-5, we were attached to 3-3. They painted it in big block letters on all their inside of their bunkers, in their all the patrol bases, all the company operating positions, the battalion area. Spray paint. Complacency kills, just to remind you, so it's always on the top of your mind. Complacency kills. You don't walk down the same path over and over and over because it's safe. One day it's not going to be safe. Where I've seen complacency kill is in the civilian community. It happens there too. Somebody's at an organization for 30 years. They haven't changed anything in 30 years. That organization goes down, fails. Leadership doesn't want to change. You have to change with time. Good change is good. Don't change just to change, but you do definitely need some change. Grave Digger, what's some goals you had while in the Corps? Great question.
Do you not see the big red?
I see a big orange box.
It's red.
JP, get out of town, brother.
It's red.
I'm going to lock my body. As instructor, I'm going to ask my question here. My friend is 36 and wants to enlist. Is it really possible or just a dream? God bless you, JP, brother. Just so you know, I've done a lot of small groups with Joshua Payne in here, and that's my introduction to Jesus, being saved, being baptized. All that was a direct influence of Joshua Payne right there. God bless you, brother. Man, speechless. You ever seen me speechless before? All right.
Do it more often.
The producer said, do it more often. Here it is. His friend, is it a female friend? 36-year-old and wants to enlist. Is it possible? It's just a dream. It is possible. That's why you asked about waivers. Okay, so here you go. There's a waiver for everything. 100%. I don't care what the rules say. There's waivers for everything. They don't always all get approved, but you'll be told no 100% of the time if you don't ask. Wayne Gretzky, you miss every single shot you don't take. So take that shot and ask for a waiver. The age limit right now is 17 to 28. Waived up to 34. They're talking about, this has been a year now, they talked about extending the age waiver to 45, 42. So extending the age waiver to 42. So they still fall within that. Ask for the waiver. I've personally done 2 for tattoos for people enlisting. They went through, both of them. You don't know unless you ask. Here's what I think a age waiver is going to entail. Physically fit. You got to be above average on your physical fitness. That's probably the first place they're going to check you. They're going to check everything just like they would any new enlistee. But they want to make sure you're physically fit at that age. So have you been taking care of yourself from 18 on to 34 right now? So it's not just a dream. It is, but it's a good dream to have. And I think 34 is very, very doable. We talked about a Marine on here a couple years ago now. He had been trying to be a Marine for 14 years. He graduated boot camp at 34 years old. So it does happen, not just a dream. So go for it. Tell your 34-year-old friend, go for it, but be ready. I would think, and if I was on that board, I wouldn't want an average high schooler. I wouldn't want your average applicant. did okay on the PFT, okay on the ASVAB, okay. If you're coming in at a later time in your life, one, you're more mature. So you should know better kind of to let any of that fail. You should be ready to exceed the standards. But keep us posted. Let us know what happens when they request it. And I want to say don't accept no for an answer, but if it gets turned down, find out why. And then, I don't know, wait a little while, put it in again. I tried to get the drill field DI duty 3 times before they let me go. First couple of times I didn't meet the standards. I wasn't the correct rank. I didn't have the correct rank or the time in service because I tried real early. But go for it and good luck. We'll be praying. Amen, JP. I'm going to lock my body right after this. Matthew Verdugo, Semper Fi, brother. Semper Fi to you. Colorblind, is that why you didn't go EOD? One of the reasons, Lay Cookie, busting me out. You say so? No, I think everyone here on the production team is colorblind. Because where's Kimi Kimi Cocoa Puffs when you need her? We see the same colors. If a 42-year-old can survive USMC boot camp, I want him serving. Amen. PD Storm 170. That's a good point. If a 42-year-old can survive USMC boot camp, I want him serving. Feel the same way. One, you're older, you're more mature. Your mind is more mature. You can if you can handle it physically, right? The men especially don't even hit their prime till like 24, 25 years old. So 18-year-old men joining the Marine Corps aren't at their prime anyway. Females mature a lot faster than males, but still. I did see a man 60 been recalled, Anthony Reed. I'm still waiting to be recalled. I'm not 60, but I want to be recalled. I'm waiting on that phone call. Where's Jared? Speaking of old, where's Jared? Where's Carrie Ann Marie Potts?
She went to Canada.
She went to Canada, eh? She better be watching on catch up later, Carrie Ann Marie. You said you would lose a leg before it was a leg, left arm. You would lose your left arm before you missed a live. You missed 2, so you are armless right now. Carrie Ann Marie Potts. Ray from Queens, we know is working. Ray, Semper Fi, brother. Hope you get a chance to work it. Carl Green, where you at, Carl Green? Somebody's got to keep me on time. We need that hammer. The cave diver's here. What's up, cave diver? No, I'm not colorblind. I think it's this computer. Anthony Reed, 58, Air Force retiree. Semper Fi. Eric Reed, thanks for being here. My only advice, please join for the right reason. It makes the transition from civilian to soldier evolve naturally. Cut the red wire. So it's funny because I almost joined EOD. In Desert Storm, I went to Desert Storm. My EAS was up 3 days before Desert Storm happened. So luckily the career retention specialist, the career planners from Quantico were on Camp Pendleton. I was trying to re-enlist. My MOS was closed. They said, nope, sorry, you got to change your MOS or get out. And I really wanted to play in the upcoming championship football game. So I was trying to extend my contract. They did. They extended it for 30 days. The day I got the 30-day extension, Desert Storm happened. There's like, oh, congratulations. You can extend now for war. They got me into, they gave me an 11th month extension to go to Desert Storm. But I had to re-enlist prior to those 11 months being up. So in Desert Storm, career planner's still working with me. We got to get you re-enlisted. Something's got to give. No one was leaving Desert Storm anyway. People were being involuntarily extended. So I was in a safe spot. I wasn't going anywhere. Nor could I re-enlist from my MOS. Still, it was closed. Combat Engineers was closed. I could not re-enlist in my own MOS. So I started looking around other MOSs, retook the ASVAB again, and increased it again. EOD was open. They sent me to EOD in country to an EOD team. crazy. It was there's such a tight knit organization. We have any EOD reps out here? Any EODers? The bomb guys, explosive ordnance disposal. Huge in Iraq and Afghanistan. Desert Storm it was too, because that was all new to us, right? The mines, not IEDs. We didn't have IEDs in Desert Storm, but we had a lot of foreign mines, anti-personnel mines and anti-tank mines of all different countries. Saddam got his hands on any explosive he could. They just weren't creating IEDs like they do today. So now I spent a month or so I got a school seat for EOD. They're like, congratulations. You can re-enlist, go to EOD. Bonus, that would have been the first bonus I ever got, to re-enlist as EOD. But first I had to pass the tests. Again, if you're EOD, if you know EOD, you know. If you know, you know. Very difficult. You got to know everything about all kinds of explosives, foreign and domestic. You got to do a psych eval, right? EOD ain't no joke. You get hazardous duty pay all the time. That's what an EOD Marine gets. So I spent a month with these EOD guys in Desert Storm, and it was crazy to me. It's sergeant and above. And I was a corporal, so I could go to school as a corporal. I would have graduated school, I would have been a sergeant. And they have all those sergeant and above, and the senior ranking guy was a master gunnery sergeant. And they're a tight-knit organization. My first night of watch, we were walking the perimeter, walking post, myself, a corporal, and a master gunnery sergeant. I ain't never seen a master guns before, right? And we're walking post together. That's the kind of relationship that EOD has, because they do some crazy stuff. Did the psych eval, did the suit, the bomb suit. You got to spend some time in there to make sure you can still function. You're sweating. It's 135 degree. And yeah, it was tough. EOD is tough. Amazing group of Marines. And all services have EOD. So I passed all that, went back to my unit, and the career planner says, congratulations, you passed. Here's your school seat. Go ahead and get ready to take off. I was like, what do you mean take off? Well, your school is very expensive. It's in 2 spots, I think Florida and New York or something. You're going to be in school for the next 9 months, but your school starts in a month. You're leaving Iraq, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, you're leaving. I was like, wait a minute. But the war's not over. This was halfway through. This was like, we've been there 3 or 4 months. I haven't even done anything yet except fill 8 billion sandbags, built bunkers and strongbags, doing work, but we haven't. The war's not over. They're like, that's okay. Your unit won't be okay without you. You're just another body. But I didn't want to leave. How could I? I was a fire team leader. I had a fire team. They needed me. They really would look. They didn't. But I couldn't leave after being there for 4 months, 5 months. I don't remember how long it was. I wasn't leaving until this was over. I extended to come here. This is what I enlisted for. And we hadn't attacked. We hadn't been in a firefight. We haven't done anything yet except prepare, moving forward. As engineers, we just continuously moved forward. Built a base camp, moved forward. Someone else, Army, would come in behind us and move in. Then we'd move forward some more, closer and closer to the Iraqi border. Got to the minefield, right, where there's billions of mines all across, and we had to blow the lanes. We had to proof it. We had to send the infantry. Anyhow, I wasn't leaving. So I didn't. I denied those orders. Problem was, the career planner never turned my orders off. So I get back, the war's over, we go home. I try to re-enlist and go to my next duty station. They're like, no, you denied orders. You're going to get busted. You're going to NJP before you do anything else. You denied orders, EOD school orders. You cost the government $1 million. It's like, no, I didn't do any of that. You need to check with my career planner because I denied those orders. So long story short, didn't become EOD. But it's interesting. Sorry, that was long, I know. Logan Stiles. So your advice on how to apply for recon in SOI. I don't know. Where's guns at? How do you apply for recon in SOI? So now you can enlist for recon. That's new. That was much well after my time. But you can re-enlist. Have you already enlisted? You're already in. You got to remind me, Logan, where you're at in the process, because you can enlist for recon. And then if you don't, yes, they get recon from SOI, School of Infantry. That's where they pull their recon guys from. You go straight from SOI to recon school. So that's another avenue to get to recon. And how do you do it? You be the best of the best, the most physically fit. You're kicking butt and taking names in SOI. You ask for it. You probably got to fill out a request, and you get to it from SOI as well. But ask your recruiter, why don't you just enlist as recon? That's new. When I say new, I'm probably talking 10 years, but still new to us old guys. But good on you for wanting to. You got to be a beast mode to get into recon. Anthony Reed. Oh yes, I was U.S. Navy for 4 years, and then done the rest of my time in the Air Force. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your service, and both those. Mark, I don't think the Marines even changed with all that woke crap. So they try to. Again, it's pretty proud of the Marine Corps for holding strong on the things we do hold strong on. When they make changes, they integrate training, the new beard standards and all that crap that's being introduced to all the other services. We hold strong. We hold strong for as long as we can. We've given in on way too much, if you ask me. But we do hold strong. That's the beauty of the Marine Corps. We can. Yes, we're a department of the Navy, but we have our own commandant. We have our own sergeant major of the Marine Corps. And as long as they hold strong, we'll be good. We'll be the same as 250 years ago. Those Marines were. Is that Michael's Drones? I was yapping, so I didn't see you pop up. Michael's Drones. Good to see you, brother. How has this amazing celebrity week been going for you? Celebratory. I got you. Billy Bob, what's up, Devil Dog? We're living life right here, Billy Bob. Thanks for joining us. Mark, maybe the U.S. Marine comes, rescues me and my family in Colombia. We can. So Veterans Day. Veterans Day yesterday, San Diego Veterans Day Parade. Was amazing. Coming off from traveling, I was exhausted, didn't feel like going. Luckily, the era in me said, get up, get dressed, and go. I was with the Veterans Beer Club of San Diego, VBC. Amazing group of veterans, right? And come on, beer club, Veterans Beer Club. We were representing them, and the government shut down. And is it going to be as big? Is it going to be as many supporters? A lot of ifs in Southern California, but it did go, and it was amazing, man. The support, the motivation, the veterans, the floats. The VBC had a Humvee. John, if you're out there, Semper Fi, brother, thanks for bringing your Humvee in a trailer, room for people to sit. A VBCer Wynn was there. Brent was there. Phil, I'm telling you, just it was an amazing feeling just representing the veterans. And then to be actually in the parade and seeing all the people. You could tell the civilians, and not that that matters, and you can tell the veterans. Obviously, most of the veterans had some kind of veteran shirt on, and I would go up to them, talk to them, just talk story, Semper Fi, happy birthday if they're wearing Marine stuff, and happy Veterans Day, or thank you for your support. San Diego showed out. I'm telling you, it was a great, right on the water, right on the bay, so you see all the ships and the yachts and a couple old ships, and right past the Midway. Wow, that was amazing seeing that. And I've seen it before, but it was different with all the veterans there. World War II veteran. I saw these three gentlemen standing up on the side of the road. Old. It was old, older, and oldest. And as we got closer, because you move so slow in a parade, he's a World War II vet on his hat. Eagle Globe and Anchor pin. Right, the other guy had a USMC shirt on, and I was younger than all three of them. It was three generations. Dad, grandpa, dad, grandson, three generations of Marines, and a World War II veteran, had to be 94. I did ask, I couldn't hear him. His parade and the high school band was right in front of us. So they were playing, but I jumped out of the Humvee and just ran up and I gave them a couple of stickers, whatever I had on me. Said, "Happy birthday, Marine, Semper Fi." And you could just, I couldn't hear him when I'm hard of hearing, but and he was moving slow. And the grandson was in the back, like, wow, you know, you don't know what this means. So it's kind of thing. It was just a regreening moment. The whole thing was to be out there as a World War II veteran, again, 96, 98, the grandson said it, I couldn't hear him, but just the motivation that has to be going through this gentleman's body right now to see all the love and support. Got interviewed by the Channel 7 News. You know, what does it mean to be out here? And it's just, it just kind of hits you to see that support. Again, civilians, community members. I kind of expected some protests here and there, some BS stuff. None of that. I didn't see any of it. On the drive down, one freeway had like 3 people demonstrating something dumb. But the rest of San Diego, and I know there's parades probably all over the world, even California, Southern California, there's multiple. This one was good. It really was good. Hanging out with the VBC guys, the Veterans Beer Club, the Honor Flight crew is the ones who kind of, organized, put the whole thing together. And it's chaos. If you've ever been a part of a parade or walked in a parade, you know it's not easy to set all that up. And in a downtown city like that, one-way streets and just chaos. But none of that mattered because of the love and support of everyone there. It was amazing. Truly, truly was amazing. Thank God that I manned up and went down and represented all of you and anyone who couldn't be there. And that World War II veteran, man, I'm telling you that really sent a chill up my back to see him out there. Just would love to hear some of his stories. Man, it was amazing. USMC 0311 kill, Semper Fi, brother. Happy birthday. Happy Veterans Day. Mark Hankins, nailed it. The world changed, but the core stays the same. Firmly believe that. All right, John McJunkin. Poolee Orbach asks, got a 96 on my ASVAB. Wow. Was told I qualified for all careers, but that my juvenile record might limit me still. Waiting for a recruiter call. What to do? You got to wait and see what the recruiter says. If you have a specific MOS in mind, waivers. JP, we were just talking about waivers. Request a waiver if for some reason your juvenile record shouldn't have anything to do with it. Recruiters, anyone out there, help me out with this, because when I was enlisting, I requested my juvenile record be sealed.
Wait, you had juvenile record?
Maybe I had a juvenile record. And I did. And my recruiter walked me through the steps to get my juvenile record sealed. Once it's sealed, they expunged. That's what it was. I got it expunged. It had nothing to do with my enlistment. Nothing that happened prior to me turning 18 was anywhere in my records, thank God. So ask about that, or Google it first, then ask your recruiter, get your juvenile record expunged. I've never heard anyone else hear of that, where your juvenile record could affect your jobs, your MOSs. Maybe, I guess it might make sense, intel, something like that. So yes, I guess it could, but congratulations on the score.
You didn't have to worry about that.
I didn't have to worry about that. I ain't getting no 96. Congratulations on your score, making the choice, ask the questions, request a waiver. Good on you. Hankins, Mark Hankins said again, Anthony, the world changed, the core is still the same. Anthony Will, Mark, I'm not, okay. Steinberg, U.S. Army doesn't do military parades, I think. I think they do. All right. Anthony Reed did serve in Desert Storm. All right. Wing, hurrah. I'm Bald Marine. What are your views on underperforming personnel getting preferential treatment in the military? There's a lot of drama going on about that right now. Does it happen? Yeah, I'm sure it does. hold strong to your ground and do the right thing. That's what I got to say about that. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't affect you, you do the right thing. Where's Big O? Big O needs to come on there. His personal Sergeant Major coin says, always do the right thing, you'll never be wrong. Something like that. If I didn't quote it exactly, Big O, let me know. Always do the right thing, you'll never go wrong. So does that happen? I'm sure it does. You see videos on it, right? And people bragging about it. Shame on them. Hopefully karma gets back to them someday. BS. Eric Green said, I saw nothing but support for the Marine Corps in San Diego. I was in San Clemente. Sorry I missed you, Sergeant Major. No worries, brother. Again, nothing but support. I'm telling you, it was amazing. Devil Dog, I went to PI 8 days after turning 17 in 1965. You could back then. You can go to boot camp, or you still can. You can go to boot camp at 17. Yeah, 17 to 28 is age, but 17. Man, I was young. I went like August, June, July. It was 2 months after I turned 18. Anthony, the Air Force One, Desert Storm. I would think it would have to be severe in that case. Lake, what's the producer talking about? It's lies. She's lying. It's not true. Whatever she said is not true. That's interesting. Bob says I had to wait to be 18 so we can go to Okinawa. I didn't know that. Lake Cookie, you see OG, that's Randolph. What's up? Only if you're signing at 17 and a half and already graduated. Okay, Jeremy Lemon, thanks for clearing that up. So you can enlist at 17 and a half. So I enlisted at 17, but I was 18 by the time I went to boot camp. Excuse me. It makes sense. True integrity. Only if you're at 17 and a half and already graduated. Seriously, Mike Laycook, from the producer, we need to have you on mainly so we can keep this guy grounded. The stories. What? It's never a wrong time to do the right thing. Amen, Bob. That's beautiful. It's never the wrong time to do the right thing. It's not easy all the time. Vladimir, my son graduated from MCRD San Diego last Friday, the real boot camp. Congratulations to you, your son, your whole family. Welcome to the Marine family. Awesome. Good on him. What's his MOS and where's he going? 2600s in the house. 2600. I don't know what that is. What's a 2600? Congratulations. What is it? Oh, maybe. That's it. Lay Cookie. He's in. Let's go. I got your seat. In fact, you can have this seat so you can be in front of your work. I'll be over there. Let's do it. All right, from John McJunkin's crew, Poolee Orbach was 16 when he and two other minors were in a felony car chase, charged as an adult. So yes, still on his record, was in juvenile hall for 6 months. That makes more sense. If you were charged as an adult, you can't get that expunged. That's not your juvenile record anymore. So you can still enlist though. Again, waiver, ask for that waiver. Man, and I hope you learned your lesson. I'm positive you did. Crazy. When I was in the Navy, Anthony Reed, they had it in San Diego, Great Lakes, and Orlando. Probably changed now. It's not in San Diego anymore. That Navy base San Diego, what is that called? It's not there anymore. 0313. A 13 is recon, infantry. 0311, 21, 31, 41, sniper. No, we got rid of snipers. What's the 13? Perez. So, maybe what's your opinion on Army infantry and how they operate? So, I've served with Army infantry quite a bit. I think I'm trying to understand their boot camp and school. They go right from boot camp to school, and it seems like 8 or 9 months of training. Pretty interesting how they do that. But I've had worked with some awesome Army infantry. The differences are minor, but it's the fanatical Marines being fanatical. That's the only difference. I don't have a huge opinion on it. I've never deployed with them, but during deployments, we've worked with them. So I got nothing bad to say about them. Everyone has their 10%. Just the Army's 10% may be bigger because they're a bigger force. And just so you know, thank you. Just so you know that the 10% is not the good 10%. SIG Intel 2600 is signal intelligence. Good on him. Again, congratulations, Vladimir. You, your son, your whole family. You heard it right there from Bob. 420 Network, hit the like button time. Hit the like button, please. Do it. Like and subscribe. If you're just joining us or if you didn't hear it early in the show, we talked about the big summer blowout. Is it still summer? It's the big winter blowout. 1775 birthday blowout sale on the merch, on the t-shirts. If you order t-shirts and anything else along with your order, stickers, green logbooks, lanyards, anything you order. If you order a t-shirt with that order, free shipping. $17.75 for a shirt. Put in the comments, or the discount code is USMC 250. 250 years of kicking butt and taking names. Big blowout sale until supplies last. T-shirts. Get the t-shirts while they're hot. If you want to change the color of your font, put that in the notes. If we have it, we'll make it to your specifications. Big blowout sale. Thanks, everyone, for being here.
Okay, so you see Aguilar's question.
Aguilar has a question. Hey, genuine question. Why do some people say join the Air Force for a career after the military and the Marine Corps is only for the dress uniform and they don't have the best conditions? No disrespect. No disrespect taken, because that's correct. That's 100%. People who say that is real. The life of a Marine is tough. Way tougher than the Air Force. Air Force is, and not picking on them, it's an easier boot camp. I think they call it camp. They take the boot out of it. You live in dorms. You eat at restaurants. The life of an airman. I recommended it to USMC Cece. She wasn't buying it. She wasn't going to do it. But it is a different life. The life of a Marine in any MOS is tough. Our boot camp is the toughest. Our conditions are the worst. When we go to combat, somebody just asked about Army infantry. Even their living conditions are better than Marine infantry in combat in the field. It's just a fact. Our mission is different. First to fight. We're an expeditionary type era that we just get in and out. We don't always have a place to sleep. We don't always have food, but the mission is number one. Here's a way to look at it. What's the mission accomplishment is number one. Troop welfare is number two. So the mission goes above troop welfare. So we don't have the restaurants. We don't have the single man dorms back in. We don't even go to the same barracks sometimes. We live 3 or 4 men to a room. Sometimes there's not even enough. We hot rack it all the time. In combat, in our patrol bases, we do more with less. So they're absolutely correct in saying that conditions are harsh for Marines. Takes a special breed, right? Have the Marines changed in 250 years? Nope. Society has, the world has changed, but the Marines don't. And that's because of all of you who served and have trained the next generation. Another part of that parade, there were some JRTC units, and there's going to be some of those cadets are going to be you and me. They're taking our place right now as we speak. So again, no disrespect whatsoever. And Marines embrace that. We embrace the suck. That's what that means. We don't get the great meals. You go to, and quick story, every combat deployment I've been on, we're out in the middle of nowhere. The front line's just moving forward. Every now and then, especially as a senior Marine, as a sergeant major, I'd have to come back for a briefing or to do something in one of the major camps. Camp Leatherneck, for instance, in Iraq. Camp Leatherneck, not only did it have 5 or 6 chow halls, dining facilities, right, DFAC for the armies, chow halls that serve 4 meals a day. Big meals you've ever eaten in any military chow hall or dining facility. They're amazing. They have everything possible to include an ice cream bar, right, a taco bar. They got it all. That's where the Air Force is. That's where the other services live on that compound. And they're huge. The supplies there, the motor T is there, the ammo, everything is there. It's necessary, and they push food and ammo to the Marines out in the front lines. And that's a better life. They live in cans, they call it. They have living quarters. You're roughing it if you have to live in a tent on a cot. Marines sleep in the dirt, right? We take over someone's village or house or compound in a mud house and sleep on the dirt. And you know, if we're lucky, we will build some racks out of wood that we found or confiscated, some plywood, some sandbags, some HESCO barriers. That's what the Marines are living on, eating MREs for months and months at a time. So the living conditions are worse. Even back in garrison, when we're not even in combat, our barracks aren't as good. I know we're trying to get this barracks 2030 to upgrade all of our barracks. All we're trying to do is match the other services. If it happens, great. But it's unnecessary. That's not what Marines are here to do. Our mission is different. Expeditionary. Get in, stop the threat, and get out. And be ready to go somewhere else and fight. So it's different. That was true facts that whoever told you that. Laker, come on, Sergeant Major. Not all 10% are not a good asset. True. That 10% may just be everyone else is not ready for some of those 10%. Lake Cookie, that was it. The problem with you, they didn't know how to handle you, and you weren't going to be handled by them. That was their loss. That was the Marine Corps' loss, 100%. All right, from John McJunkin's crew. Poolee Rivera's asks, got an 88 on ASVAB, another good score. Went to MEPS, good to go, was wanting to leave immediately, but Dad told me to get a guaranteed job or career. Should I? Yes. Well, 100%, absolutely. And I'm a little hypocrite here. The first time I enlisted, I said, I don't care what M was. I went open contract. Then my recruiter was infantry, so he talked me into infantry. So I signed up infantry. Even changed my MOS later on boot camp. So yes, get a guaranteed job or career, unless you just really don't care, but you could possibly end up in something you absolutely don't want. And I don't want to say what MOS people don't want, only because Bob is here and he loved being a cook. But it's usually going to be supply, motor T, or cook. Those are the ones that they always need to fill. So if you're willing to accept that, or it could be something, again, nowhere near what you want to do. If you don't like sitting in the office doing administrative duties, it could be that. So your dad's right. Look at the MOSs, read the MOS manual, get it from your recruiter. There's a big binder of every MOS, just Google it. And whatever interests you, guarantee that with the ASVAB score of 88, you can do that. Anthony Reed says, very true. You are advanced more in the Air Force for your knowledge on the job. Yes, it is more comfort in the Air Force. So again, that's why their promotion systems are different. Air Force, even the Navy has the same type of promotion system. You get promoted off taking a test, which again, I love the Marine Corps promotion system because it's based on leadership. It's based on your rifle score, your PFT score, your off-duty education, your MCIs. Everything Marine relates to it, not just taking a test and knowing your MOS. It's the Marine in you, a well-rounded Marine based on leadership. You could have a high score. You can take a test and get 110% on that test. But if you're not a leader, you're not going to get promoted. You have to be recommended no matter how good all your scores are. So I like that. Yeah, Air Force, they just need you to do your job. That's it, not much else. And a whole lot more comfort in the Air Force. Eric S., have you ever met Montford Point Marines? I have not. Those you don't know, that was the Black Marines from Montford Point. I haven't. Never personally met any Montford Point Marines. Would love to. Vladimir says 2600s can also go to MARSOC or MSOB. I don't know what MSOB is. Raider Battalions as support. The MARSOC has every single MOS in MARSOC. Wallaby Wonga, send a love from KC. All right. Did you hear that? Anthony Reese says he is not lying about the Air Force. Went to Air Force NCO Academy. They're hard workers. I'm not taking anything from them. Just their mission is different. I didn't know much about the Air Force. I knew I had a good, real good Air Force buddy. We're soccer coaches and referees together. I used to just make fun of him all the time. I didn't really know and he was a maintainer on the flight line. I didn't know how hard they worked until I went to that Air Force NCO Academy for 3 months, right? It was all academics, 2 tests in 3 months. That's it. Some quizzes here and there, but 2 major tests that 70 is passing. That's how hard these tests were. So 100% knowledge based, but they're not on the front lines. They're not living in the dirt. They're not attacking machine gun nests of the enemy that's shooting back at you. And it's just a completely different mission. And it's one team. Helimoto. What's up, OG? Ogie. Good to see you, Ogie. Yes, you heard that. Ogie. Good to see you. Bala Smitty, I thought I did. I looked down at one point and seen you're UA, right? For a little while. Bala Smitty, you're late, so you owe some burpees. Get some. You ever in one of my IT sessions? I think I did. I might have thrashed you once or twice. Vulcan, hey, hey, Gunny. What's your opinion on the Marine Corps Project 2030?
What it just came on.
Who did?
You saw it the 250th? Well,
Oh, where is he? It hasn't popped up yet. Project 2030, I don't know enough about it. I know the barracks plan 2030, right? We did a special on that. We saw Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps discuss that, but I don't know enough about it. I did talk to a tanker yesterday during all that and unhappy about us getting rid of tanks. I think we need to change. We need to evolve with times. So if it involves keeping Marines safe and keeping them lethal, then I'm all about it. I just don't know enough about it. Where is he? Oh, there you are. Flipper J9. What's up, buddy? It's Noel. Noel, we saw at the 250th birthday celebration on Camp Pendleton with the Secretary of War, Vice President of the United States, the Commandant of the Marine Corps, Dakota Meyer, some motivators out there. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to be in touch. If you could, I made it to Sergeant Major because of you. You were my hero. That Noel. That's a different Noel. Producer. Awesome. And good to see you. Where are you now? What are you doing now? Did we talk about it? Yes. That's a different Noel. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Thanks for being here. And no, it wasn't just me. It was everybody I surrounded myself with. Happy Marine Corps birthday, brother, from Daylight Crew K9. Noel, where are you at right now?
Caribbean Noel.
Yeah, that's not the same one that we met. It was Noah anyway.
Okay, but Noel's the one that we met at the United Cabins.
Yeah. We met at the cabins, right? Yeah.
With Ole.
He's in Texas. What are you doing in Texas? I am in Texas. Made it to Sergeant Major because of you. Caribbean Noah. That's right. What are you doing now? That's what we want to know. The Chairman, Sergeant Major, how effective do you think Marine Corps JRTC is in developing leaders, and should we continue to grow the program? Chairman, that is a great question. JRTC programs. Yes. And I'll get to John McJunkin in a minute. Let's talk about that for a minute, Chairman, because that is a great question. I do believe 100% every branch of services, JROTC, is a awesome foundation. Young Marines, Devil Pups, all those are great foundations also. But in high school, especially you do all 4 years in a JROTC program, obviously preferably Marines, but they're all good. Annie Benani did Army JROTC for 2 years, and it set her up for success. So yes, JROTC is huge for the foundation. It's got to be the right unit. I worked for recently a JROTC unit where the leadership just completely failed. The drill instructors, the instructors did everything they could to one, save the program, but still gave everything they had to the cadets. So the cadets are winning in that situation. The program itself, again, completely failed. So you got to just be careful. They have to be monitored more. If there's a board of directors, they got to put their thumb on them, make sure those in those leadership billets, like the commandant, the president, those leadership billets have to be filled by the right people. The right veterans who are there for passion and trying to better the cadets and not themselves. These were just some very selfish leaders who were there for a paycheck or who knows why, but they weren't there for the passion of training tomorrow's future. So the JROTC programs in the right hands, 100%, totally on board with it. And I've worked in 2 different organizations. One was amazing, and one, again, the leadership just was terrible.
Can you answer that guy's question about the medals on the suit?
Medals on the suit. What was the question?
You see it?
Are you authorized? Quick question. As a vet going to the Marine Corps ball. Oh, from Manny Rios. Hey, brother, quick question. As a vet going to the Marine Corps ball, can I wear my medals on my black suit tie? Black suit with tie, black tie suit. Yes. So the question is, can you wear your medals on your civilian suit when you're going to the Marine Corps ball celebration? Yes, you can. I just did. For the first time, I would typically always wear my blue dress alphas, blue dress bravos, or evening dress. This ball I just went to on the 7th, I wore a suit, many medals, inspired by Gunny Rod. Looks good, and people do it all the time. I've seen it many, many times. I did it for a couple of different reasons this time, and I just had never done it before. But they're authorized. Your miniature medals, they got to be mini medals, and you wear them about, every suit is different. So it's approximately where you would wear them on an evening dress. They're miniature medals, left side. You don't wear any badges. If you have an attachment on top, like jump wings, air crew wings, scuba bubble, EOD, whatever attachment you wear a miniature one on that also, right on top of your medals, just like you would on your evening dress. So great question. Go for it. Looks pretty sharp. Over. Semper Fi, my friend.
You'll learn. You'll get there.
You want to do it again? Manny Rose, hey, brother, quick question. Oh, okay, we just answered that. It's been over 8 years for me, Vietnam veteran, Marine Corps, URAH, Roger Sawyer, URAH. Thank you, brother. Thank you for your service, and welcome home. Was that a change of command ceremony, relief and appointment? I don't remember what it was, but before the colonel was a reviewing officer, before he started the entire ceremony, before he even said welcome to the guests and the VIPs, he said, if you're a Vietnam veteran, would you please stand? Let us recognize you. We all clapped. And he said, I just want to tell you, welcome home. A lot of Vietnam veterans didn't get that, even still today. So he's learned a lot from that. He was a great regimental commander. Randall Knapp, active duty from 86 to 92. 80s. It was a different time. That's when the Secretary of War wants to get our Corps back to the 80s, our services. The 80s rule, he calls it. Sarge, Stephen, what's happening? Eric, can I wear the miniature MARSOC badge on my tux even though I wasn't a Raider? No. Eric S., can I wear the miniature MARSOC badge on my tux even though I wasn't a Raider? If you were issued the MARSOC badge, officially it's in your SRB, then you can wear it. But how'd you get it if you weren't a Raider? And somebody help me out here, educate me on that. Would they issue it to you if you're not a Raider? There she is. Howdy. And gig 'em. What's up, Annie Banani? Where you been? Hopefully doing homework. Eric S. Okay, that was one of those questions. Eric S. Good on you. Appreciate you. And I kind of thought it was like, can I wear jump wings if I never been to jump school? No. You can only wear, just like as if you were active duty, no stolen valor here. You only wear what's in your service record book. I should have known, Eric S. Come on, that was you were setting me up. You tossed me a softball and I completely missed it. Foul ball. Yes, don't wear nothing that you don't rate. Marines are fanatical. And so when you see another MARSOC Marines, another Raider sees somebody with a Raider badge and they don't know you, they're going to, hey, when were you in the Raiders? Right? Jump wings. Scuba bubble. You went to school? What scuba? Just like the SEALs do. You were a SEAL, what class? What's the instructor's name? What'd you do on day 3? Fanatical. Flipper, J9, 1371. All right, we ran into each other at the VFW, trying to remember where. It's been a while. And I'm telling you, this happens all the time. If the producer's not with me, I have a horrible memory. Reno, Nevada. You're in Reno, Nevada now. 1371. Ran into each other at the VFW, trying to remember where. VFW in Hawaii. By chance, I did a lot of stuff, Hawaii and Texas. VFW, Florida. Went one time there. All over. But thanks for being here, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Good to see you again. So I can't wear a good lay cookie. So I can't wear a good conduct medal. No, I'm afraid not. Right. What's interesting today? What's interesting also, I ran into checking out one time. I was at medical checking out at Camp Pendleton. I don't remember when, but there was a private or PFC is in his alphas with like 3 or 4 service stripes. So like denoting like 12 years of service. He was a PFC, had a good conduct with stars on it. He had a whole rack on him. It's a first sergeant that got busted. But no, Laycook, no good conduct medal for you. WW, did I attend the Army Sapper course? I did not. Not the one in Fort Leonard Wood. I didn't go to the official one, but first CEB on Camp Pendleton hosted one, like a 2-week Sapper course, 2 weeks or 4 weeks. So a miniature version of the Sapper course. That's what Army, those of you that don't know, Army calls their engineers sappers. And it's pretty intense. But I never had the opportunity to attend. And we do send Marines to the Army Sapper course. Did you go? Pretty intense. So when we would send Marines to that, when they came back, we would have them, of course, give us all the knowledge that they learned from the Army Sapper course. Not the same, I know, but again, first CEB would put one on. I hope they still do. Where is that? Horno? Camp Horno, I think they were. But good stuff. Flipper, I was in Hawaii from 17 to 20 as 3rd Battalion, 3rd Marine Sergeant Major.
At the E9 cabin.
Yeah.
When he got to X, you had just left.
Yeah.
When you got to X, he had just left.
We saw you at the E9 cabin, and I was 3-3 Sergeant Major also until.
When he went to the Air Wing.
Oh yeah, yeah. You went to McCass also, right? Right. Yeah. And that's what everyone said when anywhere you went somewhere, they're like, "Oh, you're an engineer. Oh, you're a gunny. You know Gunny Cece, right?" That's what I'm remembering. That's you. The producer got you, Noel, and then you went to You went to 3-3. They're like, "Oh, 3-3. You were an engineer. You know First Sergeant Cece. You know Sergeant Major Cece. That's you." Look at Flipper J9. I remember you. I'll refresh his memory. I'm getting old, brother. So are you. Remember, and you'd always say, I don't know him, until we ran into each other. Yeah, and you're like, you're Sergeant Major Cece. You, everywhere I go, people, yeah, okay, got it. Whew, that took a while. Let me take a drink after that one. Good on you, brother. Good to see you. Semper Fi, happy birthday, happy Veterans Day. So glad you're here. Did you like and subscribe? Did you order a t-shirt? Because we're going to be doing some stuff. I'm going to have you on the show as well. I want you to tell your version of that story is so much better. Might be because your accent, but I loved hearing that story. That was great. Everywhere he went, they'd say, "Oh, engineer, oh, Gunny, oh, you know Gunny Cece." Because I was just like you would, was it the academy too? He went to every duty station I went to just after me. Too funny. Stephen, do you have a boat cloak? No, but I'm getting one. Right? The producer just gave me that look like, no, you ain't. I am getting a boat cloak. I don't know when. I'm going to start collecting cans and save up because they ain't cheap. So I do want one, Stephen. They're pretty sharp. Unnecessary, not needed. It's not even, Marines are fanatical about being Marines. I'm getting a boat cloak and a swagger stick. One time, I'm going to go to a ball just like that. Eric S., another good question. Can medals or ribbons be taken away as a penalty for a serious matter? I don't think so. What they can take away, what commanders can take away during an NJP or an office hours is your McMap belt. Powerful tool commanders don't know about. And I had some commanders that did it, and that hurts, man. When young Marines, they finally earn that green belt, right? They're strutting now. They want to go boots and youth all the time. They're brown belts so everyone can see they're a brown but black belt. Whoa, man. All the work and effort that goes into that, you get NJP'd. One of the punishments can be downgrade your McMap belt. So don't do it. I don't know about ribbons and medals. I don't think, right there, Randy says medals cannot be removed. I don't see why they would, because you receive that medal in good standing for all the right reasons. So why would they take that away later? But your McMap belt, Eric S., right there, $2 to the boat cloak fund. We got to do it. I'm wearing a boat cloak. And And by the end of the night at that ball that I wear the boat cloak, I'm going to be wearing the boat cloak and nothing else. Leaving the ball like that. It's going to be one of those balls. Salty Saxy, checking in from the Dominican Republic on vacation. Can't stay for the entire video. Unfortunately, raw yut kill. Salty, good to see you. Bro, I hope you two are having the time of your life. Great to see you. Happy birthday. Happy Veterans Day. Keep getting after it. Thanks for popping in, brother. Semper Fi. You guys, you and Morgan, enjoy yourselves. Get after it. You guys deserve this well-earned vacation break, and go for it. Good to see you. Thank you, Eric Green. T-1. Uh-oh, I've been rambling. Have I been rambling? Eric H., you're the GOAT. Love it. Thanks so much. EGA, swimming pool, or boat cloak? Pick one. It's going to get crazy. John McJunkin, and then we're going to wrap it up. Good night, Bob Network. All right, here we go. Oh, WW27 did go to the Ranger School, the Sapper and Ranger School when I was a young man. Dang, awesome. Okay, here we go. We're going to end on this one. John McJunkin, young Marine. DeFonte said, when I went to my first Marine birthday, next day carried the U.S. flag to a post, got fed 5 big meals in 4 days, Sunday till tonight. Life is good. You are truly blessed to be a young Marine and do all that stuff. God bless you and everybody who helped make that happen. I'm sure John McJunkin had a piece in that. Gunny Grainer, chaps, everyone there. Good on all of y'all. Pleasure. It was truly a pleasure to pay Flipper. One more. All right, Flipper, one more. Hold on. I heard your name everywhere I go. I was in 1st CEB 2000-2003 as a staff sergeant. Then I left for the drill field 03-06. October, went back to 1st CEB 06-09. And then to Bridgeport. All those places. Bro, why are you following me? You're still following me. Awesome. I'm telling you, that was a great story. We're going to get you in on the show. Lake Cookie, hold on. Lake Cookie, screenshot that. Right there. Noel says, you are a legend in the combat engineer world. Bruh, that was a terrible combat engineer.
That's why you're a legend.
Thanks for sharing. Brother Lake Cook, did you read that? Well, Lake Cook, I want screenshot that. Where's my camera? God bless all y'all. May God bless you and the family. Seriously, all of y'all, that was another amazing show. You are an amazing crew, group, organization, family. Love every single one of you. We'll continue. Watch out for a post. Watch for a post. Don't forget, 1775, no shipping. Stay safe, but be aggressive. Happy birthday. Happy Veterans Day. God bless all of you Semper Fi, my friends. Era.